Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shanna Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology, and instructional coach from my district.
And I'm her producer, and the Wordle on the street is also her husband, Fuzz Martin.
Nice. That's pretty cute, actually.
Thank you. We're talking about one of my favorite subjects right now.
I thought we'd jump on the bandwagon this week. I was like, heck yeah, we're going to talk about Wordle.
Maybe we can get the show picked up for $1 million from the New York Times.
Because it's a free tech tool.
It is.
And it teaches you things.
It does. See? New York Times, hit us up. techtoolsforteacherpodcast at gmail.com. It is the longest email address ever.
And you will never forget it.
Yes.
So Wordle teaches you words.
Yeah. It's like
spelling, and
it's almost like the game Boggle a little bit.
A little boggly and a little like
Scrabble.
That's what I was thinking of.
It's so if you're unfamiliar with the game, there was a gentleman who created a word game. He's a programmer. He created a word game for his wife, who's really into word puzzles, and then he made it public. So this game, you guess a 5-letter word. It will tell you which correct letters in the correct place you have, or which letters you have that are not in their correct place but are correct. Mm-hmm. And then you have to solve the puzzle. So you get 6 tries to solve this puzzle. And
what's fun about it is it's like spelling, it's problem solving. Yep. It's not overly complicated. It just makes you think. And in the classroom, what a great way to start your day and brainstorm. And I've started seeing teachers coming up with different ways of trying to build Wordle into their classroom. I've talked about with some middle school staff. I've seen all these Pinterest boards like creating it. I was like, hey, let's talk about some of those free ways that you can build Wordle in, because it has become more of like a phenomenon. Like it's all over Twitter, it's all over social media. It's, it's everywhere. Yeah, and the kids know about it.
Right. The ingenious part about this game is how social they've made it. Mm-hmm. There's only one word each day in the actual Wordle game, which got purchased by the New York Times here for 7 figures recently. But there's only one word for everybody. And the internet, for some reason, the sociology of the internet, people are really good about not spoiling what the word is.
Which is really kind of cool. Like, it is spoiling it. But it's a cool way to like build these things into your classroom. So if you want the original Wordle, it's nytimes.com/games/Wordle, WORDLE/. And then they have like index after it. So. What I have noticed, though, as well, if you go to the New York Times page where Wordle is, if you click on the little hamburger on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see that there are other word games and other free activities that you could actually do with your students too. So while Wordle is our focus today, they also have Spelling Bee, which is fun, that you can do like how many words can you make with 7 letters, and they have like a challenge, and that one's a free one to play. They also have Letterboxed, which is like another option that you can play using letters. So there's different spelling games available there, which is pretty cool. The only one that you do have to be a New York Times subscriber for is their crossword, because obviously it's been around
enough to play their crossword
forever, and it's like hardcore, but cool, like super fun. But these are all like, a lot of them are free and available to you. So if you're looking for those different, I think like starters in the day, or just problem solving, or sometimes you need just a break, or there's a lot of indoor recess when it's cold outside, just different things that you can do. So Wordles are highlighted today, but they do have other free spelling and activity games that you can play on New York Times. So just little anecdote there.
Perfect.
The other piece that I want to talk about today is, since Wordle is such a hot topic, there is a site where you can create your own Wordle.
What?
Which is amazing. Because as a teacher, you could then make any word of the day be your Wordle. You can pull them off your spelling list. Yeah. You can pull them from vocabulary you're teaching in your class. It can be introducing a new content. It can be bringing up random topics and reviewing for the year. So it's called Custom Wordle.
Okay.
And it's my Wordle, WORDLE.strivemath, STRIVE math, math.com. And literally make a custom Wordle. You type in whatever word you want it to be, and it does not have to be the customary 5 letters.
Okay. Oh, it doesn't have to be 5 letters?
It does not have to be 5 letters. So that's key to know. Wordle is always 5 letters.
Yeah.
Their custom Wordle can be, like, I can do 7 letters, if I want it to be. I can do 8 letters if I want it to be. And all you do is type in the word you want it to be.
Yep.
It makes you a custom link. You copy it and you share it with your students or drop it on your smartboard or wherever you have it.
Yep.
And then they're playing.
Nice.
That's it. So you can pick any word you want it to be and create as many Wordles as you want to create. And it sets it up just like Wordle would, which is so cool.
That is cool.
So it's Custom Wordle. And again,
Custom Wordle.
mywordle.strivemath.com. So if your kids are really into this Wordle thing, I've also seen all kinds of ways to create the letters and laminate them and hang them up so there's like a physical game to play in your classroom.
Yep.
Which more power to you. Like you're able to there's so many ways you can make that cute and very cool bulletin boards and stuff. But if you want to just have a digital smartboard version your kids come into every day, Custom Wordle. I'm hoping this stays up forever.
Right. Yeah. Because who knows now
what'll
that
happen.
It's owned by a corporation.
The other piece is in Custom Wordle, you can change the language to Spanish, French, Hindi, and German.
Wow. That must be like a 25 character long Wordle if it's in German.
That's so awesome because you can pick and choose according to you have other language options in Wordle. So I just think about anything here's our vocab. I just start throwing out vocab words for my students now. You can Wordle this and think on it as you come into class and their brains are already going and it's very relevant to everything that's going on. The other option is when we're talking about Wordle, SlidesMania, which we've talked about previously in the season. They have a template that you can use either in an Excel file or Google Sheets.
Okay.
And it is a Google or Excel sheet form of a Wordle template. So you can do free Wordle. It's for any language and it's in sheets.
Nice.
So SlidesMania has created, we'll link that into the website too. So SlidesMania has created a template for Wordle and there's no limit on the letters as well. And so that way you can create Wordle in any language and then you have that option in your classroom as well. So if you're really into Wordle or you want your kids into Wordle and it's just very relevant right now, besides playing regular Wordle, you can do Custom Wordle or do the version in SlidesMania, which is pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
And I just keep thinking about, you can do this in any classroom and you can do it 12 times a day and it can be different. And that's the one thing about Wordle that kills me is that you can only do it once a day, and then you have to wait.
Yeah.
And wait.
I know.
But that's part of the fun, but it's also when you have zero patience.
Right.
Then
but if you have
you can create your own.
Yeah, exactly. Have somebody create some for you.
Right. So just have you tide you over until the next day.
When I wake up at 12:05 a.m. and am suffering from insomnia and
Right. You play it and you're
Wordle,
guys,
I could just roll over, tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, Shanna, could you just type in a 5-letter word, please?"
Yes. Okay, I'll just create you one right now. It'll be perfect.
Yes, it'll be quiet. Yes. Yes. Z's, just Z's all the way across.
Or how many H's?
Yes, exactly. By the way, the Teaching with SlidesMania episode was episode 96.
Oh, yes. So if you want any more awesome SlidesMania resources,
yes,
check that out.
Episode 96.
Cool. Well,
Groovy.
We had all kinds of fun with Wordle this week. I just had to bring it up and share it with everybody because it's fun. And you can easily build this into your classroom in any content area and make your kids think.
I was on a really good streak with Wordle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still doing well in terms of not losing, but I had been doing 2 or 3 solving on second or third, but now I've been in 4 and 5 for the week. I'm kind of feeling bad.
It's okay.
Hopefully I'll turn it around.
I'll create some for you.
Thank you.
Build yourself
some easy ones.
Perfect.
Yes.
On that note, we won't be in here next week. We will be here the following week. So we got parent-teacher conferences coming up next week. So we're a little busy with that. But we will be back the following week because EdCamp's coming up, and we definitely need to talk about EdCamp too.
Yes, you do.
So
that's one of your favorite times of the year.
It is. All right, episode 113.
What?
Thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Twitter @SmartNWI. And if you want to get more information on the links to the technology discussed in this episode, visit smartnwi.com. If you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/smartnwi and visit smartnwi.com and click on the cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help keep this show going. New episodes each week. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed in this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed on this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we hope they do. And we'll talk to you next time on the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast.